Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to the Dirt Sheet Radio Raw Post Show Rewind for September the 23rd, 2024. I am Tyler, the Pro Wrestling Hipster, here with a Yeet and Molly, and of course, joined by...
How's it going, everybody? It's Caesar hanging out as always. And of course, we have the Pro Wrestling Hipster, the man himself, featuring his lovable pet child, I should say, Molly. And below us is... Huh?
I have actual children.
Hey, man. For children, for people, I don't know. There's John below us.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carl Yeetman, the Yeet Master. Yeet Master Flex. It's a very
the ring yeeter roll. Hey, the ring yeeter roll.
Gosh,
the heartbreak.
Talk about this main event, man.
Guys, it is a yeet-tastic night. But before we get into the proceedings, I do need to give that ever important shout out to our partners at comicbookclick.com. comicbookclick.com/dirtsheetradio for all of your professional wrestling, entertainment, pop culture, comic book, all your needs, all in one place. Make your own page. Check it out multiple times a day, just like we do. Not because we're legally obligated to do so, but because we love to do it. And while you're there, check out NordVPN, where if you sign up for one full year, you will get 72% off.
One full yeet
subscription. One full yeet. Yes. Sign up for one full yeet, and you will get 72 yeet off of that yeet subscription.
Go yeet yourself.
I don't think we can ever do that again. We've hit our quota.
Nope, that's it. We're done. But guys, we're here to talk about Monday Night Raw. Tonight's main event, Bron Breakker taking on main event Jey Uso for the Intercontinental Championship. If you didn't see the show, you probably already surmised that Jey Uso, after I believe 14 years in the WWE, has captured his first singles championship. Big congratulations out to Jey Uso. I can't say 100% agree with this, but hey, it was a big moment. It was built as a big moment, and I also want to give some props to Joe Testator for a killer job on commentary during the main event. And
that's a meme right there.
It will be. But guys, what do you think of tonight's main event?
That picture describes it perfectly.
Yeah, no, I thought this was a great match. First of all, it was a good little back and forth. I love the finish. I love the willingness to do this. I'll say I'm glad that they were willing to kind of do this. It felt like a surprise moment. Like I don't think anybody thought Jey Uso was gonna beat Bron Breakker here. And as a big Bron Breakker fan, I don't know how happy I was. I thought, but I didn't hate it. I thought it was funny. I was like, oh wow, they actually did it. I mean, he's over as fuck. It makes sense. You know, they were. You have to do something like this based on how they were booking him. Otherwise, he was not going to, you're not going to maximize the potential. You're not going to make the most money you can make off of this. You had to push him forward. You had to make him a little more significant on the card. They're already setting him up with Rhea Ripley. He's involved in all this other stuff. Putting a belt on him kind of shows how much they believe in him moving forward. I just keep thinking about Jimmy. I really keep thinking about Jimmy because this was supposed to be it was supposed to work for both of them, that Jey and Jimmy were supposed to grow together, and it only worked for Jey for a lot of different reasons. I think partly because he was injured and spent a little bit of time off now after WrestleMania, but also for a fucking year before that they were booking him, or not a year, but however many months since he broke up from Roman and then went back. It was like he took a step back while Jey got to progress as a character. Yeah. And then they came back together out of nowhere and the match was horrible. So I don't know if he's ever going to get another chance.
It really kind of sadly went main event Jey Uso and, catering truck Jimmy. It's an unfortunate thing. It really, it's such a divergence. I'm struggling. I don't want to say Janetti out loud here, but it's not been going as well for Jimmy.
Catering truck Jimmy Uso.
Catering truck Jimmy Uso.
That's so bad.
Well,
I mean, it's fucked up, but it's true.
No, it's true.
Sometimes the truth is a little fucked, guys. That's the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
But no, this is huge for Jey. But yeah, John, you're right. They had to capitalize on this, or they were going to start running a risk of him not being able to get this momentum back. They kind of drug this out for a long time. They've been calling main event Jey Uso for a while now. But now they're actually, putting that faith in him in that position. And the crowd ate it up. It was huge.
Yeah.
Caesar?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
You haven't spoken yet.
Well, everyone's getting their time to shine, so I didn't want to be that guy and, get in the way.
This is your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's live now on Dirt Shit Radio. No, the match was awesome. There were moments where I was thinking something was going to happen that was predictable, and then I was my prediction was thrown out the window, which I was very happy with. I have one, I don't know if you want to call it a beef, but more so of like a holy shit, whose idea was this? It was, I'm not sure what part of the match it was in, how far it was in, when Braun jumped off the apron, basically speared Jey, and flew, it bounced over the desk. My first thought was, holy shit, you're insane. So good job on Braun for that one.
Braun's got, I think, one of the best spears in the business. It actually looks like dangerous. Yeah. A lot of times spears look like, a running hug. Sorry, Copeland.
Hug.
All right, Jimmy Uso with the worst. Jay tonight.
No, Jay's is sloppy too.
These spears from him were ugly.
Did either of y'all play? I think it was WrestleMania 19 on the GameCube.
Yes,
I know I'm a little.
I love that game.
But
probably,
but the gore in that, that's what Jay's spear reminds me of, because his legs just fly out behind him, and it's just very cartoony.
He fucking wishes, right? The gore is the gore,
no,
damn it.
I'm not saying that it looks like the gore. I'm just saying it's the cartoony legs.
You get hit with the gore, you just lost a year of your life.
WrestleMania 19 is a great game. You used to kill people in the storyline. You threw them off the roof, and the guy'd be like, eliminated. They're dead. But anyway.
And then here, WWE legitimately did that with Money in the Bank.
David Mann, I've been thinking around the same line, same train of thought that he is, where he says, he doesn't buy announcer Rikishi's social media criticizing, honestly. Almost feels like all of it was a way of teasing and foreshadowing. Yeah, I don't know if he was supposed to. I think he found out. I think Jey probably said, Dad, they're going to put the belt on me. Oh, my God. And Rikishi started being like, I'm going to work. Trust me, son. I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm going to work the angle on Twitter. Fucking. I almost gave it away. Get out of here. That's kind of how I think it went. And then he's like, pray for Jimmy because they're not pushing my other son, bro. He said, pray, dog. My son is getting buried. Shit.
Oh, man.
Sid's calling you out, Tyler. He says you didn't just drop a burn on his favorite wrestler ever, Edge.
Hey, Edge is a fantastic wrestler. He deserves every accolade he has ever gotten. But that spear ain't it. I'm sorry.
You just upset the internet.
Oh, well, people get
canceled.
Over it. He's got a lot of great moves. Just
you officially upset Sid permanently.
Oh, Sid. Don't go psycho on me.
Oh no!
Sid, right?
Now we have to go, Tyler. We have to end the show now. No, but what do you guys think? Where does Bron Breakker go from here?
Up.
Damn.
How does that work? How does that look?
I don't know. That's all I've got for an idea. Is just up.
So you're having him go after Gunther at what point in time?
No, I mean it's gonna go like he's not just gonna stop it. He's gonna go for more competition with bigger stars. It's not just he's gonna go straight to Gunther. It's gonna be a build, slow burn.
I need him. I just need him in something he could win. So I'm trying to think of views
tag
on the
champion
roster.
by himself.
Well, I don't want him to lose after losing now. Because here's my thing. Right, great moment for Jey. Great match. Great narrative moment. It makes all the sense in the world. Bron Breakker, though, coming into this, he took the clean loss to Sami Zayn before winning the title. Fine, we all said. It's no problem because he beat Sami now. He's going to be champion. He's going to have these stories of his own. They never came to fruition.
Right.
He had baby stories. What what did he have a mini story? Did he even have a story with Ilya as champion, or was that before the belt?
That was before the belt. I'm pretty sure, like the backstage attacks and stuff. Yeah, that was before the belt.
Yeah, that was before the belt. I'm trying to think of anything significant that he did as champion before dropping it here, and it was mostly just walking up to Jey Uso backstage and being like, "Your family's never beat mine."
Right.
Yeah. And then he fucking loses in his first opportunity. So, like, I imagine the story they're saying is that Bron Breakker is too confident, and you know, he has to build, pull back and build. But like, this is fucking, you know, like, okay, I guess I don't like this direction for him, honestly.
I just don't see a clear direction for him that's not, you know, a step down from where he's been sitting currently. I mean, do you think that the plan was to put the title on Jey this soon, or do you think this was kind of a little bit of an audible in doing it this quickly?
I feel like I don't know if they had like long-term plans for the Intercontinental Championship. I think Sami dropped it to Gunther. Gunther drops it, and then they're like, "We'll feel it out." You know what I'm saying?
This is good shit.
See what happens. I see people saying that Bron Breakker holding the Intercontinental Championship in a dominant reign would have been too predictable. Something that we've done already. I get that too, especially coming off of Gunther's long reign and Roman Reigns is 4 years. So maybe they felt like shoebox out of that. Like, we lost that option. We got to make this guy drop the belt. That's kind of why I wanted Cody to drop the belt to a heel, because I was like, this is the kind of move I wanted them to make. But they're doing it with the Intercontinental titles. I can't fault them. It was a big move. It's got everybody talking positively. At least for so far as I've seen, I know a lot of fans of the dance in the ring are a little less happy with Jey Uso as champion, but it is what it is. He had a good one tonight, at least.
And like I said, the crowd was all into it. And I mean, watching his entrance, he's arguably, you know, the most over person, well, on the Raw roster at the very least. Yeet. Like, yeet. It's strike when the iron's hot, I guess, you know. But I'm interested to see what they do with Braun. I'm not as worried about Jey. I think he'll have a good, fun run with the IC title. It'll be, you know, good for him. But hopefully Rikishi will stop complaining, though.
He won't.
Hopefully Rikishi doesn't give that shit away again. Shut up. Well, now he's talking about Jacob. Now he thinks Jacob is getting pushed too fast. And everyone's like, why? Because he's getting pushed past Solo, your son? You know, like, you know, I thought. But again, who knows? They're old men. They like to work. They're probably working.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, 21 minutes. 21 minutes on the match tonight.
21 minutes in the main event.
Yeah.
You know what? They fucking had Jey Uso walk out to the ring at like it was 7:20 something for me, so it would have been 10:20 something for you guys. And then I was like, "Oh shit, this match is gonna be long as fuck." What the fuck?
The bell rang, I think at like 10:39 or like 10:38. Like it was.
Yeah. I was like, that's a long ass time between when you said this match was up next and when that bell actually rang. There was literally 20 minutes of time. I was like, poor Jey Uso, first of all, standing out there for 20 minutes with his arms up and down and up and down and up and down.
He was fucking exhausted.
What up, man? Alex was with us last week. He said he's not a fan of the Usos. Never has been, but this was amazing. He didn't see it coming. Yeah. David says Jey winning makes him think two things. One, could be the first step of building up the OTC's reformed bloodline, but with gold. And two, the Sami turn heel to go after Jey. Now, I don't see that, honestly.
I don't know. I don't know what like they're really doing with Sami's like overall character. He does seem a little despondent now.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're going to turn him heel. Like I feel like how recently was he heel? It wasn't that long
ago. A few years back. The Johnny Knoxville match was about the end of that.
Jesus. You know, COVID really like screwed up my concept of time.
I agree. A whole swath of time that was just hard to figure out.
I'll think about that right now.
Yeah, that's basically what they do there.
It's live TV, it's the unfortunate thing. I don't know if this was true or not, but I'd heard that like during the pandemic era that there were times when they would actually stop wrestling during commercial breaks.
There was one time where they got caught, and then I think they never did it again.
Okay.
The girls were doing it, and I think I don't know if it came back too early or if, maybe one of them satellite feeds got found, and
right.
And it was like, never do that again.
Oh man. But gentlemen, anything else on tonight's main event victory for main event Jey Uso, or shall we hop around to the start of the program?
To the intro.
We're gonna yeet over to the intro.
Oh, you did mention Joe Tessitore, right? Man.
Yep.
Great
Smoked
fucking job
it tonight.
man.
He was awesome.
He's very funny though, because he's still trying to, like I mentioned before, he's still trying to figure out exactly which parts of the story he's supposed to be really mad at. So he'll be really mad at funny things like, how could they do that? It's like, well, Wade Barrett was like trying not to corpse, like trying not to die laughing on camera at one of those moments tonight, which is funny. He'll find that balance, but he was really good.
Yeah, he's doing better than the first time.
Yeah, he's coming along really quickly, I think. This is what it is. I like the sound of his voice. He has that kind of old school announcer cadence, and I think he's very good already. Yeah, it's very like Wide World of Sports like it's great. This is the first time I've actually been back on the program since he's been on the call. So yeah, I'm absolutely digging him, and he was really good on the main event tonight. Speaking of him getting mad about things, I have it somewhere in my notes. I don't remember what match it was offhand, but he got so angry about the heel putting his feet on the ropes for leverage. like it was like the worst thing. Like that was like Adam Page burning down Swerve Strickland's house to him. Yeah. Like it was that level.
That sounds like the Ludwig match then.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Things like that. There's a lot of moments like that.
Dastardly coward putting his feet on the ropes.
It's honestly really good. I almost hope he never changes. But I'm sure he's gonna find a balance eventually. But I almost hope he stays this way. Right. Just completely furious at he's not grabbing the tag rope.
It's something refreshing about it. Like it's kayfabe. And you think it would be overbearing, but it's not. Like I absolutely love it.
I know what the moment was. It was one of the wrestlers got the tag, but it happened behind the ref's back, so the ref stopped him from getting in the ring, and he's like, "It was a clean tag."
Because he's still kind of new at this, and it is really cool to see him get so pissed off at the shit that would have pissed us off when we were like,
exactly.
Come on, ref!
He's good. He's great. I'm really digging him.
Big props to him, really. All right, but so tonight's Monday Night Raw came to us live from Ontario, California, not Ontario, Canada, as my phone originally auto-corrected it to today when I did my preview. It is California in the United States. The show opened with Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett narrating as multiple wrestlers made their way into the building. During, I'm trying to remember the exact order here. Was Bron Breakker, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre. Then you had Dirty Dom and Liv rolling in the lowrider. They were entering the arena, and as they were making their way in, it kind of cut over as Strowman and Bronson Reed brawled more through that table there, and they would be fighting.
Incredible. That was incredible. The way just all the Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, Braun Strowman segments.
There we go.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. I smoke a lot of marijuana, and there's a lot of bronze. But love that.
It's you guys know how I feel about Braun Strowman.
Yeah,
I've made my feelings very clear. I'm having fun with this. I'm enjoying this. This is how you use him. This is it. This is what you do.
Like a monster.
Yeah. Like a
I
monster.
will say, I wasn't too big on the kaiju video package they showed later in the night.
No, I fucking love that stupid shit.
I can't take Bronson Reed just like wading through the water. Like I just chuckled.
That's
Bro,
full video.
I loved it. They were like last monster standing, and I was thinking tonight too. I was watching
Godzilla at one point.
Yeah, it did.
I was watching one of the tag matches, and they were doing the slow hot tag. And then for a second, I thought, man, do we really need this? And then I thought, like, no, man, this is pro wrestling. Like, we all know this is fucking dumb, but we love this shit. And I think I felt the same about this promo. This was like the cheesiest pro wrestling advertisement that you see, at the movie theater, like generic music, monsters.
Maybe I should look at it more through the veil that I'm looking at Joe Testator. Maybe I need to look at it through that Saturday morning WWF Superstars kind of.
That's
veil.
Exactly the vibe I got from it. It's 100%.
Actually, you know what? I'm curious. I'm going to show because I talk about our 7-year-old turning 8 soon. I get her watching wrestling not on Mondays this late. Obviously, she's asleep. But I'm going to show her that promo. I want to see what she thinks about it. If she's like, "This is badass," then I will fully be on board with it.
I don't suspect she's going to say it's badass. She's going to say this. She's going to be like, "What the fuck are you showing me, Dad?"
Whoa. She won't say it's badass.
She'll be like, "What happened? Why did you curse?"
Okay, Dad.
Now get my fucking Lunchable. Jesus.
No, listen. Max says you called him crazy when you said push Bronson Reed. I think Caesar said that specifically.
Mac is crazy.
Y'all were shitting on Bronson Reed. I said that he was good, but they were pushing him like shit. And then
to begin with,
they started pushing the shit out of him. Like, this is awesome. We're all hyped up about Strowman and Reed, and we got to talk about Rhea still.
All right. So the show opens after the excitement there. Liv and Dom make their way down to the ring to be heels and cut a heelish promo, which they did, but they were quickly interrupted by Rhea Bloody Ripley as she came down and excuse me there. I think a fly just literally flew up my nose, guys. I apologize. That was
Ohio stuff.
It is gross. Literally Ohio stuff. I live in Ohio. Y'all know that. But Rhea said that she is fully cleared medically for bad blood, and she made one of my favorite announcements of probably the last couple of years.
Let's hear it.
Dominic Mysterio, for this world title match, will be suspended above the ring in a shark cage. I love the shark. The meme came true. It came true. I love the shark cage gimmick. It's one of my
Hunter
favorite
saw the meme.
things. It might be kind of a dumb gimmick, but like
I've
always loved it. I'm trying to think of the last time they did this. Was it Enzo?
I don't remember actually.
When Enzo rubbed the baby oil on himself and slipped between the bars? Is that?
I think last time WWE did it was Enzo, and then the last time we saw it was Jericho hanging. I think it was like a Shark Week.
I remember
tie-in. Yeah, I don't remember what the match was.
You know what they should do with the steel cage for Dominic? Is like lock it somewhere in like the back of a truck somewhere and just leave him there.
No,
the match.
Sir, it has to hang above the ring, like
he
SpongeBob at the end of that movie.
Yeah.
I hope it starts swinging while he's there.
Oh, it will. It will swing. Well, I remember. I can't wait. Enzo had to stop doing his dance because like it was making it sway too much.
That's horrifying, though. Why was he moving?
Yeah.
I'm just
because he's an idiot.
It's because he's Enzo Amore, and
you can't
hyped up
teach
on
that.
Something. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good early promo here.
Yeah, everybody. I think everybody did really well on the mic. I mean, at this point, you're going to expect well performed promos from all three of these individuals. But I'm looking forward to the match. Again, I love the shark cage thing, so I'll be interested to see how Dom gets out of it because the heel's always going to worm their way out of it somehow. But that's good though.
Figured he'll just call for help. He's got like 10 friends. They all come out and do horrible illegal things in this company.
Yeah, but all of his, cohorts, they're not the tallest wrestlers. Like they're like JD 5'8". Like if they stack on top of one another, maybe.
Are they Roblox characters?
Yes.
That's just JD.
Yeah.
No, he's actually from Shrek, so he's not a Roblox.
He can be all things.
Okay.
Actually, I thought I could.
But from back there, from there, they threw to Tessitore and Barrett at ringside, who were just kind of giving their reactions to that segment, and they threw to a video package on the Gunther, Sami Zayn, Ludwig Kaiser issue from last week, which led us into Sami Zayn making his ring entrance for his match. Ahead of the match coming back from the break, they plugged the toy of Dirty Dom and Liv's car. So hey, you can buy that, kids, and make them low ride around your home.
Yeah, I realized I actually missed that. They have a lowrider toy set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was the Lucha Lowrider. It's they plugged it. Yeah, it's in stores now.
Lucha lowrider, it's called. That's very interesting. So we did make an Eddie Guerrero one first, right? I am assuming there is an Eddie Guerrero Lucha lowrider for purchase available somewhere.
It's sold out.
They have to have made one at some point. They have.
Come on.
Like, I feel like they've
Go on
done so
Amazon.
many things, especially with the the Elite Series figures, which there's some badass Elite things out there.
They are the ultimate ones with all the fucking accessories.
Oh yeah, I'm struggling not to buy the Shawn Michaels one that's coming out. He's got like 3 sets of hands.
The Batista one taunted me forever. I didn't buy it, but every time I saw it on the damn shelf, the one with the SmackDown and Raw contracts from the thumbs down moment.
Yeah.
My mouse.
Sweet. But yeah, so that toy's out there, guys. Go pick it up. But from there, we went to our opening match of the night. Sami Zayn taking on Ludwig Kaiser. Pretty solid match work here. Sami ends up getting the win in 10 minutes, and good Lord, Gunther wasn't happy about that. But gentlemen, what did you think of tonight's opening match?
I had a fun time with it. I thought it was a fun little 10-minute match.
I'm just glad to see that Ludwig is still doing his heelish kind of things of, bashing people against stairs and running full send at them and kicking them in the head kind of stuff. So at least he didn't cut that out. But I do agree with John.
He came across like a brutish brawler. He came across like a problem. Sami Zayn had to fight out from under to win the match. So it does look good for Ludwig at the very least. But I thought it was interesting that last week they started to tease dissension. I was like, I didn't think they saw that much in Ludwig, but he is great. I'm glad to see what the fuck he's gonna do with him.
He's doing a lot better. I will agree with you on that one, actually.
If I know a lot of people might have been like, oh, but he lost tonight, but I'm like, you're not seeing the Matrix for what it is.
You just maybe outside. That's it.
Well, and I mean, Sami kind of had to get the win. They're clearly building towards him getting a future world title shot. So he's kind of, racking this up here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And, again, 100%. Another instance of talking about Joe Testator getting so angry about things. He was so pissed that Gunther is continuing to deny Sami Zayn that match when Sami beat him at WrestleMania already. Do they have a Joe Testator t-shirt by chance yet? Because I really want one.
Yeah.
They're gonna find one for you.
We're the Joe testicles out there.
Yeah.
We're all
the Joe testicles.
We're rooting for you, Testy.
Oh man. Fantastic.
Would you see testing the waters?
No, I wouldn't actually ever say that.
Oh my god. But anything else on that match, gentlemen?
It was a good 10-minute match. John said it best.
Good TV match. Going to the backstage region. Actually, first they showed the region. Yeah, I know. That's what I say. They showed a quick recap of Xavier Woods flipping out on Kofi last week after their major miscommunications in the ring. And that took us backstage where Xavier was sitting by himself, thinking deeply, looking off down the hallway. Kofi approached him and he brought back he brought in some nostalgia. He found some Bootios. He brought was it Francesca, one of the Francescas back out, and Xavier kind of he batted everything down. He's like, look, man, he's like, all that over the top silly stuff, that was fine. That was fine when we were on top, when we were the champs, but We ain't had the belts in like 3 years. So we need to focus and get back on track before we think about doing, this fun stuff again. And I like that. I like that from him. Like,
yeah, it's got a point.
Yeah, you can't just stick around like if you're not being successful. That's what the success grants you, is that ability. But I thought this was great, and they were quickly approached there by American Made, which I always think of the Tick character every time I hear it. And this led to a setup for a match between them later. Xavier Woods is getting angry about things.
He's just getting angry in general, and it's like the weirdest thing ever. He's almost testing the waters to be a heel, it seems like.
Or do you think they could convert that and actually have Kofi go heel on him?
It's hard to say. Maybe they're trying to like hold on to see if Big E's gonna come back.
I don't think Big E's coming back.
No, I mean maybe they're testing things before they go like full out with heel turns. That could be it too. I mean, I like the idea you're saying Kofi. That'd be pretty insane.
I don't know, maybe
Kofi's the one making all the mistakes, damn it.
Yeah.
But it'd be so weird. Like, who would expect it?
Anyway, I mean, I don't know. He's he's just making mistakes, and Xavier is not happy with it. That's a very natural, normal human reaction. I'm not sure about expecting it or not respecting it. I don't know how you can call Xavier Woods a heel here at all.
Tactics.
He's almost right about everything that he's saying, and Kofi Kingston is losing touch. But we'll see how they go with that. The only thing that makes Xavier a heel here is that he's too aggressive.
Yeah,
that's true.
And he gets more aggressive a little later in the evening. We'll talk about that when we get to it. But
yes, sir.
His aggression didn't end here. Also, backstage, Liv and Dom were screaming at poor Adam Pearce. He's always getting, verbally accosted by somebody backstage for putting up a stipulation where Dom has to be in that cage. He said the decision's final, and he'll be in that cage.
Did you see that Alexa Bliss doll behind Liv's head?
I did not see that, no.
Yes, there was an Alexa Bliss doll behind Liv Morgan's head when she was talking to Adam Pearce there. I'm not sure why the doll was there or what they're doing or if that means anything, but that happened.
Nothing.
Okay. Well, I heard a while ago that she was like starting to train and stuff. I think she was doing some voice acting work here recently, but maybe she's going to be on her way back in soon. I think when they do that stuff, it's on purpose. When they put any Whitey type thing behind somebody, it's always purposeful.
Does she have to be? Associated with the Wyatts? Do you think that's like unavoidable?
I think they have to put her through it at first because her association was, it was up until the point that she went out, right? Like she's
they started to tease a new thing right before she went out, but she went out before Bray passed away. Yeah. She was gonna get involved. Oh, but she was gonna be involved in this shit, wasn't she? She was gonna be in this story. She was gonna be in this faction. They were kind of teasing her joining. Yeah. So I guess maybe they're gonna pivot right back into that.
I don't know though. I don't know if I want her to be really.
It doesn't seem like she fits.
Yeah, it feels like that time has passed. Like that's not really something she can go back to at this point. I think if or when she comes back, they will probably have some sort of tie in briefly. But I hope that they very quickly would transition away from that and have her be some other iteration of Alexa Bliss.
If it was me, I'd just kind of have the WrestleTix acknowledge her as someone they're friendly with, and then move along.
Okay, yeah, kind of like when the team that was Adam Page's buddies.
Oh, the Dark Order.
Dark Order, yeah,
God.
Dark Order. It's like it made no sense. I miss
those days so much.
I know, I agree.
Kind of like that. Where it's like she's all normal and bubbly, and like the wives are like, we like her. That's our normie.
And if she's ever getting jumped, she can like call out for friends, and the fucking
as a bad signal.
It's like pets the doll, and they all just appear. Like
you get one guaranteed match where she teams up with them as the power version of herself. You could always jump back and forth with it. I actually wouldn't hate that at all. Better than her being a part of the group, but of course we're probably going to come up with something better than they're going to do on TV. So Let's not get our hopes up, friends.
All right. I don't think I missed anything on that promo. Oh, the rest of the Judgment Day, Carlito and McDonough came up, and they were. Are they still beefing with the LWO this hard? Is this what's still going on?
Probably.
I've been gone for a month, guys. Oh, okay. And let's see. McDonough turned. He ran into Dragunov there. And he said he runs. Are they setting up more conflict with Dragunov and McDonough? I mean, they work well.
Dragunov versus Street Trash? Okay.
Dragunov versus McDonough would be a pretty good match too. They were running the European scene a few years back.
Let's go then. Let's do it.
Oh, who's right? But all right, so that's going to take us up to our next match on the card. We had Carlito with JD McDonough, Liv Morgan, and Dominic Mysterio taking on Dragon Lee with Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro and Zelina Vega. This was I think the shortest match that actually started. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and Dragon Lee picks up the win. Would you look at that? Dragon Lee getting a win on television tonight. What do you think, guys?
In front of people. I wasn't too
It
like.
is finally Hispanic Heritage Month, and that means that Dragon Lee may get a couple wins. And
That's it. Just here you go. That's it.
as the Hispanic Heritage person on the podcast, I can always smell it. No, but it's good that he got a win. He had sick gear. I didn't get a screenshot
that gear
of
was
that.
cool.
Very sick. I was like, damn, I hope they really do something with him, but I don't see it right now.
I'm always hopeful that they will, and it just seems like every time they really start to make a little movement, it derails in some fashion. I thought Shrimp liked him. I thought I'd heard that Hunter was a fan of his.
I'm sure that he does. Dragon Lee is a fucking incredible wrestler. Like incredible. They haven't given him a chance to shine like that here at all. He's never shown that kind of skill on their television show. But I'm sure they've seen clips. Go watch Dragon Lee versus Will Ospreay. That fucking match is awesome.
Damn.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, it looks like the LWO is gonna be feuding with. You know what? When I said that out loud, it made me think feuding with Xavier. That doesn't make sense. But if they're feuding with the New Day, that actually makes a little more sense. But if they're feuding with the New Day, it would be the New Day, right? It wouldn't just be Xavier and Kofi. We're living in I feel like if I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up. But something about this story tells me that it's not leading to a breakup. I really something in my heart, maybe just flames of hope, tell me that there's a Big E return somewhere at the end of this brick road that we just have to hold out for, and it's gonna be really cool. Which would see, because you figure, right? Let's say he decides he wants to come back finally. Big E, I want to come back, but we can't just be the New Day again. We gotta come back. Let's be heel, right? We'll be the New Day, but we'll be aggressive together. Xavier's not saying anything wrong. Kofi Kingston is not disagreeing with the things that Xavier is saying. He's just, Xavier's being really aggressive, and Kofi's like, should we be this way? Kofi can make the decision at any point to say, yes, we should, and join in with Xavier. And if Big E comes back and makes that decision, then all three with that same attitude would actually be a really cool, really refreshed version of this gimmick that ran its course.
Well, the original concept, if I'm remembering this correctly, when they started testing it at house shows before it became what the New Day became, I thought it was supposed to be a little more hard-lined, and they were a heel group. And Xavier was cutting promos about how, really banking on his intelligence and education, and talking about how people have underestimated them for so long, and then they were just beating the shit out of people. So, are you saying something a little more along those lines?
It seems like it. It feels like, even when Kofi presented all the old things right now, and Xavier's like, no, we have to be different. If it seems like we're going with a more aggressive version. I don't know about because the original version was a little more like evil preachers. I don't think they're gonna go with that. far. But remember when they first started, they were heel. When they won the tag team championships, they were mocking people with the dance, but it was so over. They were so cool.
Yeah.
So I don't see it being that way though. I don't see them fucking around and mocking people. I think this time they're gonna be aggressive and angry and possibly shit. Who knows? Maybe a top faction if it gets over enough.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. But that's just me having hope that Big E can come back someday. And if he doesn't, I'm happy for him to be happy.
Hey, and we are definitely about hope, but unfortunately, we're about to transition into professional wrestling despair. Carri and Cross approached the Miz backstage. Cross told Miz that taking on Bronson Reed's a bad idea, and he said that nobody around here respects the Miz anymore. And
his face describes how we all feel.
I have a question about Carri and Cross.
Let's go. Say it.
Look, guys, I'm sorry. I want to know why his chest hair only grows on that one triangle of his pecs on each pec. He has to be shaving it like that. And
no,
it's
Scarlett
just it's like every time. I think there's no other things about Carri and Cross I can just find absolutely abysmal and off-putting. Boom! There's another one.
It's the chemical distribution in his body, somehow affected by something. Who knows?
Yeah, right.
It's Maybelline.
Spending too much time in the Baja.
That's what they call it now.
Guys, and again, we reference it all the time. Carri and Cross, one of the greatest Jesse Ventura impressions.
If you see this, Carri, can you unblock me yet?
No, you don't deserve to be unblocked.
Oh, goodness gracious. But after there, they cut to ringside and showed the women of Netflix cheering.
I think they were executives or something.
There was nothing indicating it on the screen. It just said from Netflix.
Yeah, I was confused by that. I was like, okay,
the Netflix family.
All right.
I'm happy for them.
There's just 20.
They legally changed their name. It's like that dude on Community that changed his name to Subway. It's like,
Be fresh.
Be fresh. But after the Netflix women, Kathy Kelly was interviewing Sheamus backstage and asked if he was
I loved this promo.
And he got the people to chant, call him Butch. And he said, let's make it an English-Irish thing. This was a solid promo from Sheamus, but it ended up not working out for him, as you'll find out later tonight. But Caesar, you dug this promo?
No, that was awesome. The attitude. He went from just casually talking to Kathy Kelly, being humble, and then it just built up to he's like let's not make it an Irish English thing, and then he said let's make it an Irish English thing, and then of course the Butch chants began, and then he just looked at the camera really mad, and I was like, oh shit, everyone back up, he's gonna kill someone. We're gonna get a banger after banger. That's what we're gonna get. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be something.
Right on. So after that, we had, earlier I said the shortest match happened. This match didn't really even happen. The Miz made his way to the ring, and as Bronson Reed was making his way to the ring, he was attacked by Braun Strowman. And
by the slowest jump.
Look, the man can't move at a super quick speed. We've established this. All right, it is what it is there.
Mm-hmm.
However,
people can never move fast. They just crash really hard. That's the appeal.
It's the force of the impact. But great brawl again between the two. Great pull apart. Great moment with them. Strowman did the old Big Show thing, tossing the all of security off him. This is great. Like I said, this is something I've actually very much enjoyed with Braun Strowman, and typically I do not enjoy stayings with Braun Strowman.
You don't.
Something I really enjoyed about this, it wasn't just a random brawl. Shout out to the producers here, because they did something that I think is going to tie into their match next week. They teased several big monster spots and didn't give any of them. I assume
anyone?
that all of these are going to happen next week in the match, which is really cool. Little bit of intricate storytelling there that it shouldn't be that intricate, but for some reason they don't always do this. So, really cool thing there. Obviously the big one is the superplex that will break the ring. But you also had the splash that didn't happen, and the other things that didn't happen out at ringside. So I expect to see all that stuff in the last monster standing match next week.
I got an actual question for this group of gentlemen and our viewers. Do we see this match staying in the ring? I know it's a pretty stupid question.
Oh fuck! No, absolutely not.
Secondly, do we see anything like new or over the top, like the whole car spot from like how many weeks ago where he jumped off like the barricade kind of thing? I'm hoping so. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, I think they're going to get creative. They're going to come up with some pretty fun stuff, guaranteed.
I hope there's like at least a couple tables breaking
on the last 3-hour Raw.
Ooh.
Next week is the last 3-hour Raw.
3-hour Raw.
Do we get champagne ready? Do we get like spritzers and shit?
Leave the memories.
Oh my god! Next week, in 2 weeks at this time, we'll have been done with the post show. Anyway, I can't get enough of this. What they're doing with Bron Breakker, and I mean, fuck you, Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed.
I
cannot get enough.
We can say what we will, especially when the documentary drops on Wednesday. But Vince McMahon would not have allowed all these similar names at once.
No, it would have been like Reed and Breaker or something like that.
No, there wouldn't have been any Braun. One Braun that was already there, so Strowman. Reed is the other guy. And then hopefully we could have got, we might have won Rex Steiner back as a name.
Yeah.
That would have been sweet, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
I feel like Vince would have respected Braun and giving him that name more and not like fucked him like he did Michael McGillicuddy.
Oh my god.
Yikes. No, I wanted to, I can't put enough praise on these guys before we move on, because it's I didn't give a fuck about Braun Strowman a couple weeks before. Before this.
He's not wrong.
This story. And I'm probably not gonna give a fuck after this is done. This is probably the last time.
Yeah, at least you are.
This is probably the last time I'm gonna care about Braun Strowman. I'm very happy to see it happen.
Mark your calendars, guys.
I was there. I was in the building when he debuted. We chanted "Who are you?" at him. It was very funny.
That's fair. And that's still not as bad as Knock Knock Who's There, Braden Walker. So
fuck.
Sorry, Wildcat Chris Harris. Caesar, you look confused at that one. It was an ECW on side.
No, I'm just like, I just get like this, like when you were burning people, I'm just like, oh. So I'm like,
I'm not burning them. And so these unfortunate things really happened. You had to be there.
Know. Real life, guys.
I was a baby.
Real life. But after the kick-ass Brawl pull apart, we had a promo airing for the Saturday night's main event. Again, the things he gets excited about is also pretty adorable, guys. Joe Testator is super into the retro music and the 80s feel. How old is Joe Testator? Because this might have been when he was like in high school.
He's got to be like 8. He's got to be like 40, 30, 40 something. He's 70. That's definitely his
53. 53.
He's 53?
Jesus.
Yeah.
God, almost dead.
What? Put in the grave. Put in the grave.
Just get the wheelchair out. Get the wheelchair out.
Crazy.
Me and my dad used to watch this when we were younger.
But there in the he announced there are some celebrities in the building. It was Mark Sanchez and Tool's lead guitar player.
Tool.
Dude, I love how like when they mentioned him, everyone's like, "Oh yeah."
My wife loves Tool, and she was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And that's crazy. I was like, "Damn, that's the guitarist." It says it under his face. No,
he had like his shirt on that had said Gibson. He's like,
it must be fucked up being the guitarist of any band, like in the back, unless you're like Kirk Hammett or like, you know, like
in a band that like all their music videos are like wildly like esoteric and like
Just say it properly, Tyler. They're drug trips, okay? They're drug trips.
Why do they keep cutting my parts? Am I not? Why am I
Listen,
not?
it's not Metallica's "Injustice for All" album. Okay, that's not what this is.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I'm so sorry.
That's who you guys
I'll
upsetting
be
Sid
sure.
tonight?
I'll be sure to send you a box of tapioca or whatever you guys enjoy.
Sid, I'm 39, man. We're not that far apart.
Jesus Christ, no.
What an old guy. Holy, cancel the
There's a lot
show.
of gray coming in that beard.
Yeah,
I'm actually not that young. I'm not that young. I'm 33. I can die anytime now.
That makes two of us, John.
Are you saying you can die any time now because you've hit like the Jesus age? Is that the thing?
Is that it? Can I come back? If you die at 33, are you good to come back?
Past the free trial of life.
I think so.
Fuck. This might be the one. This might be the time to get it done.
John's like, "You're back."
Die once. I just want to try it. I just want to try it out.
We did the free trial of life. Okay.
Oh my god. All right, I'm going to steer this back towards professional wrestling. Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre made his way to the ring. As he did, they showed a clip of CM Punk's promo from last week on Raw. Barrett also hyped the Hell in a Cell match that will be taking place between the two of them. As it came back, there were some scattered CM Punk's chants as Drew stood in the middle of the ring. He cut a great promo here. He promised he was going to make Punk bleed. I mean, he really... I like that he went to that place where he was talking about how his family is begging him to not take the match. CM Punk's family is begging him to not take the match. I like how dangerous they're making this seem because I don't know how they really feel about one another, but if you told me that they legitimately do not like one another, I'd believe it.
So I have heard that Drew McIntyre legitimately didn't like CM Punk, and that he was one of the people that the company had to talk to, like specifically when they brought Owens. Reigns.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh god, bro, Kevin Steen. So I guess it's an old Ring of Honor era story where
I don't remember them ever crossing paths.
Yeah, so I guess it was in the locker room. Kevin Steen was wearing, he wears a t-shirt over the singlet, and Punk took issue with that because he always, that's been his thing. I don't know if you guys have been following if you were in the IWC 20 years ago, like some of us were, people knew CM Punk as the guy that would like to. They called him Indie Hunter. He would like to act like, the leader of every single locker room.
RVD tells a story about that in the ECW Sci-Fi locker room. But,
so
he was
ever since then,
a t-shirt.
Yeah. That's a stupid old wrestling adage.
That wore fight shorts at the time.
Yeah, the dude that wears fight shorts and garbage ass tank tops and shitty Second City Saint gear. But Doug, that's it. Don't let me get started. No. What issue?
Some night we need to do like a DSR special called Get John Started, where it's just us throwing topics at you that you will just go off the rails. People
Next
want
week's episode.
Y'all want that? Please write in and let us know because I think that should happen.
Follow Dish
I want to give
on Facebook.
a little bit of that energy to these fucking folks in the crowd. This was garbage. This crowd was ass. Jesus Christ, this is not funny. Like, what is the goal? Like, what is the goal of this chant? I guess if he's a heel, because he's a heel, right? I guess I'll give you that. Maybe they're like playing along, like, we don't want to hear this guy. He's a bad guy. But kill me.
Do you think at this point, as fans, we should request that Steve Austin formally apologize for starting the what chance?
He's got to cut a promo on live television.
He apologized profusely for walking out and not jobbing to Brock Lesnar with no advertisement for the match on a random Raw. He's apologized for that. He was in the right for that, by the way. Quit apologizing for it, Steve. You were right to protect your character that way. But you should apologize for the what thing. That's where the apology should be. But no, he was right to walk out on that. I stand by that 100%.
No, but I agree with that. Since the card was kind of ass, 2 total filler matches, can you blame them?
There were only only a few matches too. There weren't that many.
I can't blame them. They were probably bored. I've mentioned before, but my problem was I did a full weekend of shows. So I did 2 pay-per-view, NXT TakeOver, then SummerSlam, and then by the Raw, it was death. I never wanted to go to a TV taping again. But I assume that's because I had so much fun at the real shows, like the pay-per-views, that sitting on a TV taping is like, bleh. But if you're in the middle of Ontario, Canada, California, where even is that? Where I'm in California now, and I don't know. but you're not gonna get a pay-per-view, so I would probably take what you could get.
Right.
We're traveling to LA.
Especially since WWE has more or less stated that, going forward, they're going to be reducing their house show numbers and also not going to markets that they view as the mid or lower performing markets. My buddies in West Virginia just flat out said they're like, we're not getting WWE shows anymore.
It's over.
Yep,
it's over. Make peace with Hangman.
So Ontario, California is close to the southwestern part of the San Bernardino County. So
so South SoCal. No wonder all the Netflix people were there. They're in the Silicon Valley. Is that like about the implants? Is that or
it is now. It is now.
Anyway,
but Netflix
this was a good promo from Drew. They promise a lot of violence that I'm not sure they can deliver.
I just want the match already.
It's okay. We're gonna see. I want to see what they do because I'm gonna see the inevitable. Oh my god! I can't wait. I cannot wait to hear these motherfuckers say, "This is the way you should do violent matches." Look,
Joe Tessitore is gonna snap.
Like this. The discourse is going to be fucking hilarious. I
want there to be substantial blood in this, not because I'm a huge blood guy. It's because of what Caesar just said. I want to hear Joe Tessitore react to blood.
Could you imagine?
Oh my goodness! He's actually calling the police.
Yeah.
Wait! Are they letting this happen?
If they ever let Joe Tessitore come down to NXT for any reason, he's going to call the police about the parking lot without question.
It'd be so funny if mid Hell in a Cell match, Joe just gets grossed out and just leaves.
You guys like a little vomit back.
Not sure what Andy's saying. All countries are welcome here. You are free. You don't have to have any money. We're not charging you. We don't even have. We've never charged anybody anything. Bro, you're welcome. You just need a Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, no doubt, eh?
But
we got friends all over the world.
The promo again, though, it was good. I thought it was a very good kind of counterpoint to Punk's promo last week, and I hope that they can deliver at least like a semi
half an hour
level of the violence. You think Punk's going to go half an hour, Caesar?
I'm just giving a number. I don't know. I know it won't happen.
You know when you get old and you push yourself to the limit one last time, you can never hit that limit again. He had that 40-minute match with MJF. He's never having that again. That's never happening again.
Probably a 25-minute match.
Nah, man, 25 minutes in the Hell in a Cell is enough for CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Do this table spots. Fucking blade. They have to blade. First of all, there's no universe where this match is successful if they don't blade.
Yeah,
Punk
because
bladed
they
here.
Promised. They both looked us in the eye as a fandom, as an audience, as a fan,
like this,
and they said, "I'm going to make this man bleed." You've promised it already.
I'm gonna make him cry with a paper cut.
And you could get away if Drew McIntyre is lying. He's a bad guy, but as a babyface saying that, you have to deliver.
Yeah,
that's why you don't often hear babyfaces outright say, "I'm winning the title at this event." It makes him look bad. You don't want to make him look untruthful.
You also never say, "I'm going to kill you," because I don't think that's allowed on television.
No, probably not.
Well, but this is a PLE. The rules are different.
It's true. I hope. I don't. I've never. You ever notice you never hear wrestlers say, "I'm going to kill you" ever? Now
I'm going to end you.
A buddy of mine once he equated it to the difference between legitimate threat and cartoony violence, and that I'm going to kill you is that's scary. That's real. People do that. But to look at someone and say, I'm going to break every bone in your body, that's kind of ridiculous because, like, no, you're not. Like, that would take you too much time. But, like, it's like more of a cartoony threat, and that's a pro wrestling
whole
threat.
PLE right there.
How do you get the femur? How do you get in there?
That's
hook up, buddy.
Ask Maven.
Oh
gosh.
Baseball slide, I think. Fuck, didn't break his femur too? Doing that?
Yeah, he did.
Baseball
it's
slide.
It's always
man.
something normal.
Yep.
But yeah, I am looking forward to it. You know, it's another thing. It's not going to be the main event.
No.
That's weird. I wonder if that affects how they're going to structure this match. I thought it was going to be the main event for sure. I know.
You wondered how that was going to affect CM Punk's feelings.
Yeah.
You're so upset.
You know goddamn well he thought this was going to be the main event of the show. And
We're
they
the
hit
hottest
that.
dude. Like, yeah.
The tag team B match is going to be the main event. You guys get to go in the middle of the show, I assume.
Punk's gonna be upset. Jump ship. Go to New Japan now. He's upset.
No, I don't think they're gonna want him.
He's gonna be like, I don't want to be here. Just leaves.
Just gonna go home.
Gonna go cuddle Larry now. Goodbye. He's like, yeah. Oh my god. Hang out with Julia, Roxanne.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be good.
I hope so.
But from that promo, we had Adam Pearce with Captain Kelly talking about the Reed Strowman situation. Pearce had gone too far. This one, they announced that they would have the last Monster Standing match next week on the last 3 hour
with Jackie Redmond.
There was Jackie Redmond. Damn it, I said Kelly.
You almost had it.
You son of a bitch.
In my defense, I wasn't actually looking at my notes on that, and it is 12:40. It wouldn't be a DSR post Raw rewind if I didn't screw that up, right? I've been gone for like a month.
His gimmick is that he hates women.
No, it's not.
Next week.
No, that's a
John goes off the chain.
NXT. It's why CJ hates his character so much. No, I don't hate women.
You want to find out what NXT?
Canceled. Carl Heaton.
Jackie Redmond is a fembot.
We don't talk about that.
What? Now that's cancelable.
Is that like from Austin Powers?
Yeah.
You know, like.
Jubblies.
Right now.
You got the Jubblies.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're canceled.
Back to the program. The camera had to quickly position because there was a rose such a clatter, and Pete Dunne was like choking Sheamus on the ground with a cricket bat.
I love these stupid fucking things. They're doing one thing, and then Jackie Redmond's like, "You have to come over here," and someone is trying to murder someone else around the corner.
English-Irish thing. It's an English-Irish thing now. Hey, cricket.
He also, Sheamus deserved all that. He's talking so much shit earlier. Like why was he surprised?
I'm on Pete Dunne's side on this. It's like, dude, because I think almost everyone can relate to having been called a name or a nickname, even like that was like from a family member or even friends that you don't really like or appreciate. Like, I had to get over everyone at the game shop where I used to play Magic calling me taters for years. It happens, guys. We can move on with your life.
Oh God, why taters?
All right, so
you can't.
We need answers. Let's go.
Like the tater tot.
So no, so I'm from I live in Ohio now, but I am originally from West Virginia, Appalachia. Yeah, it's Appalachia. I'm from that area, and so like they would throw a lot of sling blade jokes my way for some reason.
Actual sling blade.
So it'd be like French fry potato. I just eventually the guy that ran the shop. He was like, you know what? Your nickname in the computer now. If you want your regular discount, it's gonna be taters. I'm like, fine, all right. It gives me 10% off. It gives me 10% off. But so I was there's still a few guys that I don't talk to very often, but I still get called taters by them. So
That's a weird, it goes over my head. I guess all of it. I have no.
Please,
I
please,
still don't understand.
Please, CJ, please.
Oh, CJ. Oh God.
I'm just gonna hold Molly and just be but no,
trauma.
Wait, did he actually do it? Did he actually do that?
No.
Not yet. Oh God, he did.
There it is.
He did.
Oh, shit.
Yes, he did.
Oh,
It's incredible. It's back. We brought the trauma back. That's fucked up. I apologize. I knew I shouldn't have asked, but my curiosity got the best of me. I was hoping it was something potato related. I didn't know it was gonna be.
It all goes back to my shout out to the Guard Tower Gaming Shop at Play Matches Gathering there. I used to play D&D with the guys there, so it's from my more gaming days.
I was hoping you were like a big fan of potato tots or something like this. Guy used to order it every day.
It's really I wish it was that cool. Like I was the kid in grade school. It's like crispy crowns every day, but no, it's. I do love potatoes, though. It's one of the most magical, grown things on the planet. You can do anything with it. It can be anything it wants to be, just like us. It's amazing. It's the most human vegetable. Is it a vegetable technically?
Well,
is it?
Potato.
It is a vegetable. I'll go vegetable now. I don't think we need to start the discussion.
No. Okay. Let's get back. We have had some interesting diversions tonight. But yeah, so Pete Dunne trying to kill Sheamus with a cricket bat, and security breaks that up. And again, like this is one of those issues where the police should have been called over it, and they weren't. But that'll take us after the break.
Nick Aldis would have had the police there in an instant.
Yeah.
Woo!
Shawn Michaels would have called security from Canada.
Shawn Michaels would have called Jada Parker and Lola Vice to come hit two shockwaves.
Lola Vice?
I thought you were going to say that he was going to call Sexy Red to come handle it.
No, they start working and then the shockwaves. You see the airwaves blow everyone.
I'll take Lola Vice.
Like the Bruce Rodo! It's
thank you. He's like, thank you, angels. And they go away.
Angels! That's what it needs to be.
That's going to happen now because of us.
Jesus. But after the break backstage, Kairi Sane and Io Sky were getting ready to walk out for the match, I guess, and they were approached by Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. And they had just a little verbal spat here. I'm sure there'll be further conflict based off of what happened after this match. But that led to our next match. Go ahead.
I was gonna say sometimes I wish that the confrontations wouldn't happen until after they were established as contenders. Just like a story where you like, I wish they would have one. Yeah, okay, we won this match, we beat former champions, and then we walk up to these girls like, hey, this is what we just did. We're coming after your asses next. So you do it first. It's like, oh, now I know what they're going out there to do.
Yeah, it does telegraph it.
You know who's gonna win down.
And that does hold true here as between the Unholy Union and Damage Control.
Yep.
Damage Control win in just around 10 minutes.
Yep.
That really did completely foreshadow the ending of the match. The match itself was solid, but was there a spot where was it Io? Did she like bounce off her head at one point?
She did look like she hurt herself.
And she came up and looked kind of stiff for a second. I wonder if she got like a little push down on there. But
Jesus has a good question. Would the women's tag team championship match be at the pay-per-view or Raw? They booked the Bronson Reed Braun Strowman match on Raw, and I think that means they need one big women's match too. And I think that is gonna. I do think that's gonna be on Raw.
Hopefully,
I don't know if that's the worst thing, because like if it was on the pay-per-view. Do you imagine what they're gonna get? The same time they would have got on Raw, and that's gonna be nothing compared to like some of the more significant matches. Like Rhea and Liv are gonna get like 20 minutes, and they're gonna have a lot of story shit.
I think it'd be better for them to have it on Raw. I agree with you, John. I think they're gonna get more time than they would on pay-per-view. Because it's a bigger deal to have it on there. And again, it's the last 3-hour Raw. They're gonna have to pump that to some regard, right? Or should they not do that because it's going to be like making it seem like the first 2-hour week is not special? To me, that's more special.
You still got things though. You still got things you can do on that 2-hour Raw. I don't imagine they're gonna do anything special though. I swear.
So from there, we went to the backstage area, interviewing Bron Breakker. I want to say, too, I mentioned this earlier during the main event. I think Bron Breakker sleeps in a tanning bed. Like,
you think so?
He's unnaturally tan. But solid promo from, I like his character work a lot. I think he can sometimes come across, I don't want to say zany, but like kind of like cartoonishly heelish. But overall, he sounds genuine and like he believes what he's saying. And I feel like this is just how the Steiners talk to one another in real life.
I believe it.
Like out of the remember like one of those families like from Wife Swap that has like a really rambunctious like it's like we got 4 boys and we all wrestle in the bedroom like in the living room and like
whoa.
It's like they're always
no.
they're always breaking coffee tables and shit. It's like the mom's just like boys will be boys. And then, like, you know, I imagine that's how the Steiners are. They just literally, like, toss each other around.
Yeah. That Thanksgiving table must be insane. Fat asses.
I'm hungry. Like, Jesus, Scott.
It's just a giant slab of metal. That's the table.
Who's this ugly bitch?
You want the last
Petey
piece
Williams.
of pie?
Petey Williams only showed up to that invite 1 year. 1 year. And he thinks that's how all American Thanksgivings are now. Petey just got his completely worldview. Shout out to the Maple Leaf Muscle. Petey Williams. Oh my God. But fine promo there. From there, they had the replay of the Roman Reigns Cody conversation at Georgia Tech.
I love that shit.
It was different. It was really different.
I said on the SmackDown show that wrestling is a TV show and we need to treat it like one. So I was very happy that they've been treating these promos lately. Because they could have done this they would have done this in the parking lot backstage, and it would have been live, and they would have been reading lines,
right?
And it would have sounded robotic. And it could have been the same exact segment. Like they would have. Vince era, they would have done this. And it would have been ass. So this enhanced the living shit out of it. And I didn't just want this to be like just because it's Roman and Cody. Like I want them to treat more parts of the show like a television show. Right. Because it is.
Not in the way that Vince Russo wanted to, right?
And you don't need to go as far as Lucha Underground either. Like I don't want you to
kill people off. Come on. We all have to admit that, like, encapsulated Lucha Underground was a pretty special thing.
It was a very special time. Yeah. I think it's a beautiful thing. I wish it was still on Netflix. It was a great thing that had like.
I assumed it was still on there.
I didn't. It might be. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen people talk about it in a long time. I remember that was a big thing. Everybody was like, "Watch Lucha Underground. It might come back." It was like, no, it won't. No, it never will.
Sad truth, guys. Sad truth. But from there, they had this was kind of like their quick little plug. They talked about the Cody and Reigns taking on Solo Sikoa and Chicken Paw 2 at Bad Blood. They plugged the NXT on CW.
Max says he couldn't get into Lucha Underground. You get booed. You gotta watch the first season.
It happens. And from there, we went into our next match on the card. The New Day taking on American Made. This was, I thought this was a pretty fantastic tag match tonight.
Same.
I got 15 minutes and 14 seconds, so I'm always happy when you give, especially a tag match, like 15 minutes. You need to give them time to really get rolling. Like tag matches, I think generally should maybe be a little longer on TV. It's a good way to fill time, get a lot of guys out there. And it was really solid. Really solid work from everybody involved. The Creed brothers are just, I look forward in like 5 years to see where they are then in like everything they've done. That Brutus ball is kind of dangerous looking still.
Yep.
I feel like there's going to be some guys that are like, I'm not taking that move. Don't ask me to.
Hell no.
Is this the first time they've done that since he crushed Damian Priest's head?
I think so.
It is, right?
Because
he was so...
anybody in the Wyatt Six.
No. He was so precise. Like, he wanted to make sure that he landed on his own shoulder.
I wonder if they've been practicing. It's just like, okay, hold up a dummy and let me hit it and roll off.
Yeah, they do. I gotta agree with Jesus. That's probably why I wanted to see them shift into something new rather than break up. Like, come on, like, all right, cool. Xavier in a singles thing is like a good dream. But do you believe the company's gonna believe in that? You think the company's gonna hold on to that, sustain it?
You saw what happened last time they made him world champion.
That was bullshit. They didn't even make it. They gave him the King of the Ring like a dream, so that specifically so we can get the visual of Roman being crowned with a WWE crown. Fucking, that's how they treat it. I don't have no faith in that. But this match tonight,
been a team for like almost a decade. I'd much rather than see them do something a little different and keep them as a team, because they're one of the only modern tag teams that you can look to and actually say they were a tag team for the bulk of their career.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of acts like that. Yeah, like if you look at 80s professional wrestling, even early 90s, there's a lot of tag teams where their entire career was being a team. And that's just not really the case anymore. And I 100% blame Vince McMahon.
It is his fault. A lot of things are. And we're going to find out on Wednesday.
I don't think we're going to be talking about him destroying tag team wrestling. I don't think that's going to be a focus at all.
Wednesday's episode of Dirt Sheet Radio is going to be excellent. I'm going to stay up all night watching that fucking show. But yeah, man.
You almost Booker T'd on that. I swear you were jumping. Oh yeah, man.
That's natural. That's how I want to imagine. That's how Booker T dropped it on television the first time, and then someone was like, "That's a great line, pal." Yeah.
Do it again. Oh yeah. Back to the show. We had a vignette for the Priest and Balor conflict. Solid vignette here. It kind of goes without saying. They knock these out of the park every time they do one, but I dug it. Looking forward to the match.
Yeah, this is another one of those with the music and the post-production and everything like that. I'm like, this is really good. Keep these up.
Yeah. This was this stretch of time where they were like, Breakker and Jey is up next, and then they did like 3 vignettes and like so. After
did we talk about this thing?
Oh shoot, we did not.
We brought it up, but not in stream.
Not on stream. No, my be y'all. We talked about this beforehand. Yeah, so it looks now John, you said that this is a Viking Raiders related thing.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, causes me much consternation because I was hoping that when they came back, the gimmick was going to be gone.
I thought it was I thought this was a funny red herring. Because it's Viking runes and they spell out WAR, but the English language, it just looks like a R, P, and an F, and a lot of people were like Pentagon Ray Phoenix, and I'm like, that is hilarious. God,
I didn't think of that.
That is a funny red herring.
Wow! It takes like a lucha level of like gymnastic skill to make that leap. That is wild.
Yeah.
Like, and also, too, I just want to say, like, as a horror fan, the rune that was kind of like on the of the one that looks like the P, I'm pretty sure that's what's tattooed on Michael Myers' wrist as well.
Oh shit! I think you're right.
But yeah, so I mean, I was really hoping that when they were all clear to come back, that they were maybe just going to abandon the Viking concept, but I guess they're not. So you'll hear me complaining about it, ladies and gentlemen, week after week.
Bro, I think they really live that life.
The Viking life.
I'm not kidding. I think at least the married ones do. At least Sarah and her husband do, because they post like that. Shoot, like real life. They live like Vikings. Like, I hope. Do Vikings use deodorant? Like, is that a thing?
I would kind of doubt that they do.
Fuck, man. Jesus.
Like maybe like some goose fat or something.
Oh, that doesn't sound like it helps at all. That sounds like it makes it worse. You smell like one thing, but then when you sweat into it, like, get the fuck out of here. Oh, God. You know,
I'm sorry.
Mac, is this true? Or are you making a bad joke?
Are you making that up, or is that real?
I think he's making a joke.
Did she have a Blair Witch baby? Is that what happened?
Is that...
Oh, he just broke John. Thanks, Mac.
He said Blair Witch baby.
Hashtag Blair Witch baby.
No, there's no way, bro. I knew that. Like, do Vikings do that? What the fuck is the... I respect everyone's way of living life. That's my weird.
Especially the Vikings, because they can pillage and run over my village. So
they're very aggressive. Max says it's a joke. She had it in the tub. Okay. Well, listen.
Well, that's like a Viking birth. It's into water. That's very Viking.
Cool. That's an empty tub.
Everybody does that. Everybody gets birth. They have them in the hospitals now.
Yeah. What? Back on tab. Our next vignette we had was for Shayna Baszler, Sonya Deville, and Zoe Stark, better known as the Pure Fusion Collective. Which I'm
not doing that hand signal.
I'm doing it. I think I said this on a Level Up Adventure with CJ, but like the thing I love about the name Pure Fusion Collective is that it reminds me of one of those Japanese teams that you would read about in PWI in the early 90s, and you knew that like it was poorly translated from Japanese.
The Holy English, Demon Army, baby.
So, yeah, like, and it's going to sound badass in Japanese, but not so badass in English, except this is always in English.
You don't get to get away with it because you're American. You know the language. When you're Japanese, you can say like "sick bunny explosion," and I'll be like, "That's my favorite fucking team in the history of wrestling." So you what the fuck you mean? You laughing at "sick bunny explosion"? I should slap the shit out of you.
Sick bunny explosion.
I think immediately of Holy Demon Army, which is legitimately one of the best tag teams of all time, and it's just like, but that also does sound like the coolest shit in the universe. The Holy Demon Army.
That is very badass. But yeah, but Pure Fusion Collective reminds me of one of those like mid '80s names. It's just, no.
I don't think we can. I don't think that.
We're bringing disco back. Is that what we're doing?
There we go. Good cover. That was as good of a cover as the time on commentary when Big Show dropped a slur and then like Paul Heyman just covered it up. We're not going to really go into detail here, y'all, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up the audio.
It's fucking great.
He made multiple references throughout the night after that. I'm sure Vince was flipping pissed about it too. But our next non-wrestling in-ring segment we had was backstage. The LWO ran into a very heated Xavier Woods, and he's not a happy fella here. I really like this picture too. That's going to be a meme as well. Hey, Ray's into the Pure Fusion Collective. Look, Ray apologized for the miscommunication and issues last week, and Xavier very haughtily said that he didn't want an apology unless it came with a tag title shot. Ray. And it was getting heated. They pulled apart, and you know what? Ray was like, "Look, I ain't got time for this. I got to focus on Finn Balor." And then
short guy stuff.
Xavier Woods got even more upset. "Oh, you ain't got time for me because I'm not a former world champion." It's like that's not. I don't. Okay, man, this is Xavier Woods is going through some stuff, guys.
He just needs some chocolate and a hug.
A Snickers.
There you go.
Or what?
A Snickers. New Day even did a Snickers ad. Yeah, like they even did that. Like this is just.
Shouldn't they be sponsored then? Couldn't he like just call up the company and ask for a free box?
There you go.
Or Reese's in a.
Is that how sponsorship works?
I still gotta send you a picture of that, Tyler. With like the 4 Reese's in a package.
Just be like, hey, you send me one of those Snicker boxes.
I'm in Orlando or Ontario, California. The hotel is this place. You send it.
Oh my god. But so this set up for next week. We'll be getting Xavier Woods and Rey Mysterio one-on-one.
Like I said, one of the things I noticed here was that
his dedication to PFC.
Xavier and Kofi don't have the problem with each other. yet, or at least not here. Like there was no issue between them. When the camera cut back to them, they weren't arguing. Xavier and Kofi were like disappointed. Xavier was heated, but it wasn't like he was screaming at Kofi like, "This is your fault, motherfucker," or it was at LWO like, "You son of a bitch, you were the ones who fucked us last week too. Like, get out of here." So again, that's me coping and hoping that we're seeing something different from what people think.
John, you've actually got me like wanting to share in that belief now. Like you've convinced me. Like if I'm going to be pissed if this is wrong, and it probably is, but it feels like they are laying that kind of groundwork. And they're very precise about this sort of thing now. It's not, we're going to do something for 2 weeks and abandon it like it would have been a few years ago. Like, the shit matters. If it makes TV, it matters much more now than it used to. So, this should matter.
Trusting in you, Triple H, surprised me. Although that just means we're not going to see the payoff of this until 2029.
No,
that is also fair.
We'll get there. I think that's everything.
It is. That brings us up to Jey Uso's awesome entrance from the concourse. And hey, y'all, that is Raw in a yeeted nutshell.
In a yeet shell.
Gentlemen, before we hop into the jobbers and megastars of the night, gentlemen, anything else that we didn't touch on tonight that you want to discuss, or?
Yeah, that was a great episode of Raw.
I can't think of
at least a great main event. I had a lot of fun with it.
We have a shark cage coming up soon, guys.
Shark cage is coming.
But yeah, so that is going to take us into tonight's Dirt Sheet Radio post-show. I'm Keanu Reeves now. Post-show rewind jobber of the night. Guys, I'm going to hop in on the lead on this one. It's The Miz for me. It's The Miz. Not only did The Miz not get the match that people were advising him not to take, he didn't even get his match. He also had to share screen time with Carri and Cross and his weirdly shaved pecs. Or unshaved pecs. So, sorry, Michael. It's you tonight.
Oh, God.
He's The Miz, and that was awkward.
That's your guy. He's Ohio.
Yeah.
I know. You
know, we guys had like a secret hat signal and shit.
We've also, that is not true.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, and if it was, I couldn't tell you. And it may or may not involve Skyline Chili.
Tyler wasn't born there, so he doesn't have. They didn't teach him the corn tip touch.
That's true. That's right. I'm West Virginia born, so like I got like Heath Slater.
He's got a few more years before he's qualified for the membership.
The secret is they grab the corn and they touch the tips of the corn together. That's my job for the night is the poor two security guards that drew the short stick of this segment with Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. The ones that got tossed into a sandwich and then squished by Bronson Reed together. They were the jobber of the night because they were good at being jobbers, and also because I feel bad for you that everyone else got paid the same and they all got to do significantly less work.
Hey, I'm going to see those guys on NXT level up in a few weeks, okay?
You probably will. You'll be like, what's this thing about for?
Mac Burns says Joaquin Wild for stealing Brian Keefe's hat. Sid says bright side, more Carrion, more Scarlet. Sure? You know, that should be true, but we didn't get any Scarlet tonight, Sid. No Scarlet. So we're actually off balance, and I'm not digging it.
Nope.
I don't need Carrion by himself.
Look at ass. I don't want Carrion Cross at all, really.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, because I'm the last member of the group, I'm going to say Adam Pearce because shit's going sideways and he's getting out of control for him on the show.
He does suck.
Like, you think he would have come out
anti-Pearcian?
The hell, anti-Pearcian?
Okay. Anti-Pearcian. You're being an anti-Pearcite right now.
We're making up new words. Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what they call the people in Footloose.
I haven't watched that movie in a while. Actually, I can watch it later. No, like it seems like every week, like I've watched both Raw and SmackDown every once in a while, and like it seems like all this would like someone's like, I'm upset on the show, and all this would tell them to shut up, and they'd listen. Or Pierce, they'd tell him to shut up, and he'd be like, I'm not listening to you, Pierce. So
They're
sorry,
teasing the
Pierce.
match. They're teasing the match.
It's
now
it's
on
not
Twitter.
it's not even a 5v5.
happening.
It's just them two in a cage. That's all it is.
I mean,
A
I
short
think
cage.
that it is going to be them two.
That'd be
I've been saying it forever. I've been saying it forever. They're going to have a match. I know
No,
they
it's
are.
just them. There won't be 5v5. Just the two of them.
All this got to get better. It'll happen at WrestleMania, but yeah.
Ooh.
Shit.
Ooh.
Tyler, I guess take us to the next one.
All right. So that is going to take us into the more positive side of the every show tradition, the Raw megastar of the night tonight. And hey, Caesar, since we had you pull up the caboose there on the jobber, Caesar, brother, who do you have tonight as your megastar?
Honestly, I was digging it. I'm not taking the obvious route, because I know someone else here probably wants to take the obvious route, so you guys can have it. I'm giving it to our boy Sheamus. That was a heated promo he did, and you can tell he was ready to like grab the camera and smash it. So I'm excited to see what he does going forward with his banger after banger and his boy Butch.
Don't call him
John?
So disrespectful. So disrespectful.
What's he gonna do? Come up to the show?
There's the two who I thought obviously Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, the way they weave their stuff in, like they couldn't even see each other at Raw without trying to kill each other.
Right.
I love that kind of storytelling, but I didn't want to leave out Xavier Woods. I thought Xavier Woods did a fine job tonight, not just in the match carrying these two young men, and not carrying them, but guiding them, leading them.
Literally
making
carrying
sure
them.
that they had the best performance because they're very good, but they're very young. So, great vet stuff here. But then also his backstage and promo stuff, like he killed it both times. Very sincere. I want to root for Xavier Woods. I don't trust the company, but I want to root for him. I think this is the exact direction I want to see for him. I'm happy with this.
And now, the returning man himself, the pro wrestling hipster, with his megastar of the night.
Guys, I went a little off wrestler for it, but
A little
I'm
yeety?
skipping little yeety. Didn't go. I actually did not get yeety with this. It's Joe Tester,
Boo.
guys. Joe Tester.
Boo.
I'm so no. Do not boo me. All right. I have not gotten to talk about this guy since he's been on Raw. I wasn't going to pick. Jay's a megastar. It is. That goes without saying. Okay. But no, Joe on commentary. I really think the guy's great. Like I don't know why his stints on the headset have been so short. Virtually every other place he's worked. But I hope that whatever that reason is, it's not actually a reason to keep him out of here. So, like, I think he's doing very well, very quickly. And again, his call on the main event was, I think, much more advanced than where he should be for how long he's been doing this. His call in the main event tonight, especially, to me, felt like someone who'd been doing this for at least a couple of years, as opposed to a month. But I think he's great. Andrew Tester, you're my megastar of the night, man. You're awesome.
Let's just say it now.
He's so much better than the other ones they had. The Kevin dude, the Irish dude, the Jimmy Smith dude.
Oh, yeah.
They all sucked. Joe's getting it a lot faster.
Yep.
We'll just say it now. Testatori versus Michael Cole at WrestleMania. It's happening.
No, don't do that.
We lived through the Michael Cole at WrestleMania era. Please don't.
The coal
You were
mine.
not there. It was a bad time.
Coal mine. Oh my god!
Coal
Don't
mine.
remind me.
Yeah, but I like Wade Barrett as a counterpart for him as well. Oh, and it's a real random thing. They had the graphic come up a couple times tonight where they showed you the entire broadcast team.
Okay. Yeah. So that.
Like, and I like that too. I dug that a lot. So maybe eventually I'll quit, mixing people up.
I like that a lot. That and the other little thing they do, updates or headlines from tonight. It adds a level of like I said, sports presentation, which is what they're talking about when they say that. They don't mean like the storylines. Because I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Is this the so-called sports presentation?"
Someone's gonna be
No,
eating about it.
they mean things like that. They mean things like watching the athletes walk into the building, like that stuff they do at NFL pregame.
6 hours early.
Yeah. Well, if you want to listen to Jerry Bradshaw talk about hoagies, that's what you do.
Show up 6 hours early.
Yeah.
Hey, Mac, I technically did pick Bronson Reed.
Yeah, are you not listening? God.
Mac says he's still waiting for his apology.
It's coming in the mail.
And Rashawn Williams with the ever so eloquent yeet. I love it.
But hey, with that yeet, y'all,
with great yeet comes great responsibility.
Yeet. Stop it. I want to firstly thank everyone for tuning in. It's watching us live. We got a lot of folks watching live tonight, which is fantastic, and I know folks watch us on In Demand. But I want to inform you, if you aren't already aware, maybe it's your first time tonight. Who knows? But Dirt Sheet Radio isn't just here to cover Raw. If we were, hey, I'd be back and doing it. But that's not the only thing we do. Pro wrestling never stops, and Dirt Sheet Radio is always on. We are here Monday nights for Monday Night Raw. Tuesdays, we are here for NXT. Wednesday nights, you know what that means. It's AEW Dynamite.
Go.
Thursdays is for TNA Impact. Fridays are for SmackDown. And if you're up really late on Wednesday night into the wee hours of the Thursday morning, check out the Dirt Sheet Radio flagship podcast live. It's posted early in the mornings on Thursday, though. So if you're like,
you should watch it live, though.
Want to be up? Are you guys going to be like, live watching the Vince doc or anything?
That'd be freaking great, but it's 6 episodes. I actually thought of it. I thought about it. I was like, man, that'd actually be interesting. But then I was like, it's 6 1-hour episodes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a
maybe break it up and do there. But we'll see. But also on Sundays we have the level. So I'm still working on a new graphic.
Whoa.
Things are changing, guys.
Good? You
Things
good?
are changing. What?
You're like,
Well,
I'm gonna miss these. These are.
We're still. We might still use those from time to time, but it's level up seems to be slightly in danger right now. But we are kind of rebranding that to
slightly.
Just
They never consider who they're affecting when they make these decisions.
Right? I truly feel the victim here.
Assholes.
They are. Don't cut this away. So we will be rebranding as the Weekend Wrestling Roundup, and that is Roundup with a W. So deal with that. And also on Sundays we've got the 3NT podcast every single Sunday. And I'll say this every week. That is the most high definition.
Happy birthday, Danny.
We have. Oh yeah, and happy birthday, Danny! That's yesterday.
Go.
Right?
Whatever. All month.
Belated, but all month. Happy birthday month, man. But yeah, so guys, we're here all the time. We're here all the time.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else that we missed tonight, or is that pretty
that is everything that we have to cover tonight.
Right.
We got it all in 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Pretty solid, guys.
Hit him with the pleasantry.
All right. Well, y'all, thank you again so much for tuning in live. We appreciate it more than you'll ever know, and we will be back tomorrow.